Wave 1. A new beginning in New Hampshire. Entering 5th grade, Mark Robert Charles Chelmsley, brought up in New York's Upper East Side, is relocated to a small town in New Hampshire. Mark, an incredibly bright student, is unhappy about the move. He feels resistant to all the changes, including living in a rundown house instead of the luxurious Manhattan apartment he is accustomed to. At school, Mark realizes the teaching style here is vastly different from what he is used to. His new teacher, Mr. Maxwell, incorporates elements of nature and the outdoors into lessons, whereas Mark's previous teachers were more focused on traditional, structured learning. This radical change in teaching style does not sit well with Mark, who excels academically. The story takes a dramatic turn when Mr. Maxwell announces the upcoming annual Week in the Woods trip, where the entire class will spend a week camping, exploring, and learning about nature in the nearby forest. Mark is uninterested and skeptical about this experience. Mr. Maxwell senses Mark's resistance and identifies him as a potential problem. He tries to get to know Mark better, hoping to quell his fears and encourage him to fully engage with the class. Throughout this process, Mark begins to feel misunderstood by his new teacher and continues to grapple with adapting to his new environment. Wave 2. The unexpected alliance. Trouble brews in the small town of New Hampshire as Mark struggles to adapt to his new surroundings. His unhappiness with the situation deepens, and he begins to act out. One day, Mark finds himself face to face with a local group of bullies who sense his unease and vulnerability. As the bullies torment him, Mark finds an unlikely ally in the school's most popular girl, Holly. Despite her cool exterior, Holly sympathizes with Mark's plight and feels a strong desire to help him navigate his new environment. With her assistance, Mark starts to develop friendships, gradually becoming a valued part of his class. Meanwhile, Mr. Maxwell refuses to give up on Mark, even as the boy remains stubborn and resistant. He recognizes Mark's boundless potential and firmly believes that, with the right guidance, the boy can overcome his struggles and flourish in the wild environment. The Week in the Woods trip is Mr. Maxwell's primary focus and opportunity to provide critical life lessons and spark a love for nature in his students. As preparations for the trip commence, the anticipation in the class is palpable. Mark, however, remains detached and unsure about what to expect. His budding friendship with Holly proves to be a lifeline, as she offers him valuable insight into the camping trip and the wonders of the forest awaiting them. Holly's infectious enthusiasm for nature slowly wears down Mark's defensiveness, making him intrigued and excited about the upcoming adventure. Wave 3. Mending tensions and adventure begins as the day of the Week in the Woods trip finally arrives. The students feel a mixture of excitement and nerves. Mr. Maxwell notices the change in Mark's attitude as Holly's influence helps him see the adventure as an opportunity rather than a burden. Amidst the chaos of packing and departure preparations, Mr. Maxwell and Mark have a heart-to-heart conversation. This exchange helps mend the rift between them, allowing Mark to open up and embrace new experiences wholeheartedly. Upon reaching the campsite, the students, along with Mr. Maxwell, begin setting up camp. Working as a team, they quickly establish a sense of camaraderie that strengthens their connections. Despite his initial reluctance, Mark finds himself genuinely enjoying the outdoors and the companionship of his classmates. As the group embarks on a series of thrilling and educational activities, such as hiking, birdwatching, and stargazing, Mark feels a newfound sense of wonder and appreciation for nature. He begins to understand why these hands-on experiences hold such importance in Mr. Maxwell's lessons. The tranquility of the forest makes his life in the bustling New York City feel like a distant memory. The days impulsively throw challenges at the students, forcing them to rely on teamwork and resourcefulness to overcome them. The once resistant Mark, inspired by his surroundings and motivated by his friends, steps up and takes on leadership roles. The boy who once dreaded the thought of being outdoors embraces the thrill and excitement of each moment, ready to face whatever the forest has in store. Wave 4, a test of character and trust. As the week in the woods unfolds, the students prepare for the highly anticipated solo overnight camping challenge. As an ultimate test of survival skills and confidence, each student must prove their ability to manage and care for themselves in the wild. Filled with both anticipation and nerves, the students are eager to rise to the challenge and demonstrate their newfound abilities. Unbeknownst to them, Mr. Maxwell has a hidden motive behind this challenge: to encourage the students to rely on trust in themselves and in each other. He wishes to impart the importance of trust as a valuable tool, not only in the wilderness, but also in life's myriad challenges. As the night of the solo camping looms, Mark grapples with personal concerns and trepidation. However, he is also determined to participate and overcome these fears. His recent experiences, along with Mr. Maxwell's encouragement, fuel his resolve. However, circumstances take an unforeseen turn when Mark finds himself at the center of a distressing misunderstanding that threatens to overshadow all the progress he has made thus far. Mark is accused of breaking a significant rule during the challenge, which could lead to his removal from the camping trip. As he faces the potential consequences of his actions, the students and Mr. Maxwell are left wondering, will Mark's newfound trust in himself and others be enough to save him, or will he slip back into his old, resistant ways? Wave 5, the search for truth. As tensions rise, the air is thick with uncertainty and growing doubts. Mr. Maxwell, staunch in his principles, must navigate the delicate situation of Mark's transgression. Determined to uncover the truth, he launches a thorough investigation, constituting a critical turning point in the story. Mark's classmates, including Holly, join forces in the pursuit of clarity and justice. As the investigation perks the students' curiosity, they band together to unravel the enigma that could seal Mark's fate. Steadfast in their belief of Mark's innocence, they courageously demonstrate their trust in him, a testament to the strong bonds formed during their time in the woods. In a race against time, the students hurry to expose the truth, hoping to resolve the misunderstanding before the solo camping challenge. Meanwhile, Mark's faith wavers as anxiety gnaws at him. Troubled by the prospect of facing severe consequences and potentially ruining the experience for the entire class, he questions if the bond he forged with nature and his classmates will be enough. The group's unity and determination to support Mark highlight the vital lessons in trust, friendship, and resilience that the week in the woods trip aimed to teach. As the moment of truth edges closer, they prepare to face the outcome, either vindication or heartbreak. Wave 6, a triumphant revelation in a nail-biting climax. The truth behind Mark's alleged transgression unravels itself at last. Working tirelessly as a team, the students unearth evidence that not only exonerates Mark, but drastically shifts the course of events in his favor. Mr. Maxwell, upon discovering the new information, is relieved and pleased with the students' unwavering teamwork and dedication to justice. With Mark's innocence confirmed, Mr. Maxwell apologizes for the misunderstanding. The moment sets a powerful example for the entire class that even authority figures can be fallible, and honesty can overcome adversity. The entire class gains newfound respect for Mr. Maxwell's humble admission and his commitment to upholding fairness. Mark, once again embraced by his classmates, sees the entire ordeal as a life-changing lesson in trust, friendship, and faith in one's abilities. As the solo camping challenge commences, Mark is filled with gratitude and determination to complete it successfully. Emboldened by the unwavering support of his teacher and friends, he sets off into the wilderness, ready to confront whatever challenges may come his way. Wave 7, embracing the wild with renewed vigor, Mark fearlessly dives into his solo camping experience, embracing every challenge the wilderness throws his way. Thanks to the numerous lessons learned during the week in the woods, he feels fully prepared to tackle any obstacles. He uses the skills and knowledge imparted by Mr. Maxwell and his friends to navigate the forest and survive the night on his own, fueling him with newfound confidence. Throughout this journey, Mark finds himself embracing a deep connection with nature that he had never experienced before. The once regrettable trip has now become an unforgettable adventure, forever etched in his memory. Mark's transformation from a city boy averse to the outdoors has molded him into a resilient, nature-loving individual. Far from where they began, Mark and Mr. Maxwell strengthened their bond over shared experiences and mutual growth. Their relationship solidifies, serving as a symbol of overcoming hurdles and breaking down barriers. As the students re-emerge after the solo camping challenge, they share tales of triumph and growth, celebrating their accomplishments with laughter and camaraderie. What seemed to be a mere school trip has evolved into a powerful rite of passage for them all, forging lasting friendships and life-changing experiences. Wave 8, a journey's end. A legacy begins as the week in the woods comes to a close. The students reluctantly say farewell to the awe-inspiring wilderness, bonded by a life-altering experience. Mark, in particular, emerges as a changed young man. His once defiant disposition has transformed into a reservoir of appreciation for nature and the friendships he has forged along the way. Returning home, Mark no longer views the small town of New Hampshire as a place of discomfort, but as a haven teeming with rich memories and personal growth. The challenges he faced, combined with Mr. Maxwell's guidance and his classmates' support, have endowed him with a powerful understanding of trust, teamwork, and embracing the beauty in life's unexpected adventures. Mark's journey transcends beyond his personal sphere, influencing the lives of those around him. Holly, Mr. Maxwell, and the rest of the class have all experienced growth and revelation as a result of their shared experience. They move forward with newfound knowledge, resilience, and appreciation for the wonders that lie beyond city life. In the end, the week in the woods proves to be more than just an annual school trip. It endures as a pivotal moment in the students' lives, carving a legacy of courage, friendship, and the unbreakable bond formed between humankind and the natural world.